In today's video, I am going to be setting up my no spend challenge. If you missed my last video, I really encourage that you go check it out. I'm giving you 10 things that I will not be spending my money on and kind of why I'm doing my no spend challenge. And this video is going to talk about the practical part. So I'm going to be completing my workbook. This workbook I have used tons of times and it has helped me to remain consistent on my no spend challenge. And if you are interested in this workbook, you can find it linked down below. I will have it linked in the description, okay? This is a Budget Treasures no spend workbook and I love it. So first page is just going to congratulate you for doing something that is really difficult to do for some people. For others, it may be easy, but just congratulating you for taking that next step and saying, you know what, I'm ready to get serious about my financial goals. And so that is that page. Now this page really talks about the 6 developmental steps to a no spend challenge. It's more than just saying I'm not going to spend money and that's it. You have to plan for it. So I am in the middle of April and I am planning for my no spend that will begin on May the 1st. And we're going to go through each step today together, so that you can refer back to this video if you decide that you want to go through these 6 steps yourself, just to make sure that you are setting yourself up for success. So this is the area where you decide. You've already made up your mind that you are going to be doing the no spend challenge. Now this area, it is important that you decide your time frame. And the video that I talked about yesterday, I told you that, and if you haven't had a chance to watch it, you create your no spend as best for you. So in this area, you're going to also be deciding your strength level. Now, these are the 3 I's of saving. So the first thing that you're going to do, you are going to decide the no spend time frame. Are you going to be doing this for 1 month, 2 months, 1 week, only certain days out of the month? That is up for you to decide. And then you want to decide your strength level. Are you going to be doing intermediate savings? Now, this strength level will only cut out a certain category of spending. An example of that, you're going to be cutting out shopping for clothes and shoes, but you're still going to eat out because it's just best for you. Or you're going to cut out eating out because you notice that you spend a lot of money eating out and you will be able to make great headway just by cutting that out of your budget. So this is the intermediate savings. You might say, okay, I need to go a little bit deeper than that, and I want to do an impactful savings. Now, this strength level will cut out all non-essential spending. An example is you do not spend anything out of your 4 walls. You are mortgage, rent, utilities, food, gas. That is it. You're not spending money on anything else. And I really like the impactful savings because it really cuts out everything. You're just taking care of business at this point. And then we have the intense saving. So this strength level includes everything in the impactful savings level, but then it's also taking it up a notch and you're finding ways to make extra money. And that is something that I am going to be doing. Definitely I'm going to be cutting out all spending, but I also need to pick up extra work and make money on the side outside of my 9-to-5 job. So my no spend time frame for now is going to be the month of May. Towards the end of the month of May, I'm going to come back in and reevaluate and see if I need to do it another month. I'm sure that I am, but I just want to take you through the process of understanding how to determine if you need to do it another month, or if you need to do it another month, but instead of doing intense savings, now you're going to do intermediate savings and etc. Okay. And then the strength level for me will be intense savings. So this is the area where you decide. Now, the next area is to discover your why. It's really important to become one with your why. Like, have a clear purpose and direction of why you're doing this. I can tell you by looking at your why, it will help you to stay on track. So for my why, I am looking to change my habits. I'm also looking to save money. And I'm also looking to start paying off debt. I want to at least pay off 1 to 2 credit cards like out the gate. So this is something that I am looking to do. Well, this is my why, excuse me. Next is doing a deep dive. This is something that I have done, but I need to do it again because I just discovered that I was paying for something that I did not know that I was paying for. And I had to submit a dispute with my bank. So I'm definitely going to do a deep dive so that I can examine my spending habits. This section is all about you. This is all about you, right? You want to review your expenses, analyze your spending habits. You're looking at your bank statements. You're looking at your credit card statements. You're looking at everything. You want to identify all non-essential expenses. You want to identify your spending triggers. Okay, this is going to be important because for most people who do not have a handle on their spending, a lot of times it is from spending triggers. There's something that's triggering you to spend money. Rather, it's something that happened to you in the past, and I kind of talked about that on my last video, or maybe it's just like, for example, people eat when they're stressed out. There are people who shop when they're stressed out because they feel as though it makes them feel better in that moment. So you really want to identify those spending triggers and then identify what kind of spender you are. Are you a big spender? You know, do you love to just spend money on lavish items? Are you an impulse spender? You see it, you like it, you buy it. Are you a carefree spender? You purchase things without even thinking. You just, oh, let me have 3 of those. Or are you an emotional spender? Now, you can be a combination of all of these things. So for me, I would say that I am probably a big spender. Okay. And then I am also, not really an emotional spender, but I can be an impulsive spender. And I can tell you when it comes to my spending triggers, I don't really have anything that's going to trigger me to spend money that I might have to think a little bit deeper about that. But I can tell you one thing that I really need to do. I'm triggered by, social media triggers me to spend. Or if I see something that I like and I'm like, oh my goodness, I can wear this to this outfit. Or to be honest with you, like receiving compliments on how I smell or how I look can be a spending trigger for me. So if I see something, I'm like, oh, I know this is going to eat, you know, and that'll be something that will trigger me to purchase it because I know what's going to come on the other side of that. I'm talking real stuff here, you guys, and it may sound vain. As I'm saying it, I'm like, oh my God, girl, that sounds really, you know, but it just is what it is. And there's a lot of us who struggle with that. So it's important that we identify those things. Okay. So that's the deep dive. And then you can also, you have a page for notes there if you really need to sit and think about that, because that's going to help you to be consistent on your no spend. So next is to develop the plan. After you've kind of gotten through that deep dive might be a little tough, but once you get through it, you're going to develop the plan, okay? And this is where you are going to really consider your goal setting. You need to be strategic about this, okay? to successfully navigate your no spend time. Now, here's a few things that you can do to plan for your no spend. And this is to put measures in place, unsubscribe from all of your retail emails. That'll be something that I will be doing. Delete saved credit cards from retail websites. I never really do this because I don't want nobody stealing my stuff. Cancel unused subscriptions. Share your goals with friends and family. I'm sharing my goals with you guys because you will hold me accountable. And then also setting spending boundaries. When you're letting them know, let them know, hey, don't, unless you're gonna pay for it, don't invite me out to eat. Unless you're treating, just find somebody else to go eat with. Because I need to get to a certain place. And I can tell you that I've done this. And the people who had something to say about it didn't understand. And they were still in the same financial situation that they've always been in. And they then came back to me and said, how did you do it? What did you do? Can you help me? Okay, so don't let nobody take you off your game just because they don't understand. Next is the no spend check-in days. This is preferably daily, especially when I show you how we're going to track all of this. But you want to have the no eating out and then what you will do to make extra money. Okay, you want to have that defined. Like, what are you going to do? So you want to develop the plan. You need to have the do's and don'ts, okay? You need to set that for yourself. And examples of do's and don'ts is do complete your budget. Do pay your bills. Do decrease your expenses. Do shop your home, shop your closet, shop your pantry. Do make extra money and with that side hustle. But then what are some of the don'ts, right? What are some of the don'ts? Don't impulse shop. Don't make unnecessary purchases. Maybe it's a season where you're not buying birthday gifts. I will tell you, I'm a person, I buy birthday gifts. It's just what I do. Especially if you invite me to your birthday party or something like that. I'm not coming empty-handed. But maybe it's a season where you're just saying, hey, I'm not buying birthday gifts. And if you have a friend or family member, they should understand, especially if you have done if you have shared with them what you're doing. If they don't understand, you probably need to cut that person out of your life, to be honest with you, because they're not on board to help you get better. They're selfish. And so, yeah, that's that. Don't eat out. Don't allow others to encourage you to spend. And the one thing I want to tell you, at best, do not give up if you mess up. If you spend money on something that you said you weren't going to spend money on one day, it's okay. It's a lot of grace over here. And I need you to give yourself grace and say, you know what? It's okay. I did it. I'm going to pick back up the next day and we're going to move on. We're going to move forward from here. But the worst thing that you can do is to take that mess up that maybe you spent $50 and you say, oh, I messed up already. I'm not going to do it for the rest of the week. I think it's a coward way to just do something that you already don't want to do. And instead of just spending $50, now you're going to end up spending $300 because you didn't get back on track the very next day and you quit for the entire month. So the last and the worst thing that I want you to do, or the last thing that I want you to do, the worst thing that you can do, is to give up if you mess up. Do not give up on yourself. Give yourself grace, okay? And so you have your do's and don'ts here. Now, this is the area that I really like to document the process, okay? I got some verbiage here for you to read. This is where we're going to document the process. And I have a lot of content here on YouTube, also on Instagram, where I am documenting my process every day. Okay, so this is for the month of May. This is gonna get me back on Instagram, y'all. Yeah, so for the month of May, I am doing a no spend, and let me complete my calendar.
How you make me feel when you come to mind. I can't keep my cool, baby, baby. I can't hold it inside. I can't wait each day just to see you are trying to move in close to get you where you are. Not trying to be rude, baby, baby.
All right, so I've completed the calendar. This is for the month of May. And then at the end of the month, I am going to document how much money I spent. This is outside of the rule. So if I spend some money this month, I will document it, and then I'll write how much money I spent. I'm gonna also write how much money I saved, and then I'm gonna write how much money I made. Now I do have another tracker here, which is my income tracker, which I do want to complete this as well, because this, since I'm doing the intense level, I want to be able to see how much money, oh, whoops, ooh, I am making every day. So I have my income calendar here. So we are all set. I am ready to start my no spend challenge in the month of May. If you are ready to do a no spend challenge yourself, I really encourage you to join me. If you kind of started out the year not in the best way that you wanted to, or maybe you did, but you're just like, you know what, I think I want to go ahead and do this, I encourage you to do it. If you're interested in the no spend workbook, I will have that link down below, and it is a digital copy that you can go ahead and print out. But if there's nothing more, I'm excited. I hope that you are. I will see you in the next video. Go be great, besties. Peace out.
You're special and you're reckless. Remember, you're my bestest friend. Yeah, she my bestie. My love for you is endless. Nobody else can end it. And when I get the money back, then baby girl, you can spend it. And everything is alright. I like how you do it.